Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're having the most magnificent start to your day. I've been having a very lovely morning, and I am so excited to come to you this morning on day 2 of 5 steps to a healthier, happier you this holiday season. I have put together this workshop for you so that you can have the most amazing Christmas ever, feeling healthy, happy, fulfilled, and letting go of any overwhelm, stress, anxiety that may be taking over your life this holiday season. So, for those of you who may not know me, my name is Pam Worsey, and I am a wellness lifestyle coach, mindfulness mentor, and yoga instructor living in Labrador City, Canada. And I have taken my life from complete and utter, don't want to say despair, because even on my worst day, I wasn't completely hopeless. There were times of hopelessness, but it was a hard time. Let's just say that it was a hard time. I had no quality of life. I wasn't feeling well. I was 300 pounds. I just was not taking good care of myself, to now living a life that absolutely fills me up and fills my cup. And I just have joy in every single day. So I'm so grateful that you're here spending time with me today. So excited to talk to you about today's topic. Yesterday, we spoke about getting clarity and becoming a visionary on what you want your holiday to look like. I hope you've taken some time to go through the worksheets and really get that clarity, because that is the first step. If you haven't done that yet, it's okay. Go back and do it today. The email that I'm sending out today has both yesterday's live and worksheets and today's live and worksheet. So you can get caught up right here today, and it's going to be nice and short, nice and easy. And I just hope that you are getting some clarity so that you can have the most magnificent holiday ever. So before we jump right into today's topic, which I am so pumped to talk to you about, I'd like for us to take a second, sit nice and tall, close our eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose and out. One more time, in through the nose and out. Really just releasing any tension that you may be feeling right now in this moment, getting present here so that you can take away what you need to make sure that you have the holiday that you're looking for. It is going to be so good and so great. And if you take what I'm giving you freely with all my heart and soul, these are the tools that I have used to really change and impact my life. If you take these tools and implement them in your life and customize them to what you want your experience to be, because this is all about you, then you will have the most amazing holiday ever, because you have everything you need to make it. So I'm very confident in that. I'm very excited about that. And I just cannot wait to hear how it goes. So today's topic, because I'm trying to keep these videos short, and because I value your time, and I'm so grateful that you're spending any time with me at all this week. I know it's a busy time of year, but I think it is so important that we pour into ourselves so that we have more to give others in our life. Something we'll be talking about a little bit later this week when we dig into self-care, but that's a couple of days away. So today is all about gratitude. So who already feels like you are living a life of gratitude, that you feel completely blessed, that you know you have so much to be thankful for in your life, and you feel like you honor that each and every day? Throw a yes down below if you feel like that's you, that you have mastered gratitude, that you know what it's all about. And I am just applauding you for that, because it is such an important step of living well, of being well. You cannot live a life of happiness and joy and peace and calm if you are not showing gratitude for it. It won't come because you won't feel it. You won't feel it in your soul. You won't know it. So for me, I thought that I was living a really positive life for a very long time. And it took I don't even really know if there was one defining moment, but I know that I was working really hard on myself and I was really trying to make headway. And I just felt like I wasn't making any progress and I couldn't understand what was going on. And something in me said, you need to do a gratitude challenge. Like, this is what you need. And I can't even tell you where it came from, except maybe divine intervention. Someone had my back in this and knew that I was going to need it because it came at the most impeccable time. It was years and years and years ago now. I feel like 8, 9 years ago, maybe. I honestly don't remember. Doesn't even matter, really. But it came at a time when, so I had decided I was going to do this online gratitude challenge, 100 Days of Happiness, I think it was called. And it was just listing 3 things that I was grateful for, or one thing I was grateful for. I can't remember if it was 1 or 3. Again, doesn't matter. The specifics don't matter. But I just felt compelled to do this online gratitude challenge. So I was in my first few days of this challenge when I found out that my stepdad had cancer. And that was something we weren't expecting. We had no idea it was coming. Like, it was something that was found during a completely different procedure. And it kind of shook us and floored us. And it was around this time of year. It was actually a little bit earlier than this. I think November, December is when we found out. And it was, but I think that was meant to be. Like, I was meant to be already started this challenge at that time to be forced to look for something to be grateful for. Because when someone in your life gets hit with illness, it can really take you down and take you out. And it's easy, very easy, to get caught up in being angry or being sad or being resentful or wondering why this is happening. So the fact that I was already started this challenge at that time was such a blessing in disguise, because it did force me to look for things to be grateful for. And I was consistent in showing up for that challenge because I wanted to feel better, because I knew that it was going to be a challenging time and I wanted something positive to focus on. But what the magic that ended up happening was that I started to change because what you focus on. I'm all over the place this morning. My mind is running right now. I'm going to calm down. Calm down. What you focus on grows. So because I was focusing on the silver lining, I was being shown more to be grateful for. I was being given more opportunities for happiness and joy, even at a really tough time. It was like pure magic. Someone had my back in this. But it was such a meaningful experience for me because it really taught me the importance of this practice and of continuing on with this practice. Now, it is something I did it for 100 days and it was amazing. It was an online challenge. I loved it. It was so good. It helped me get through that hump. My stepdad got through his illness. He is well. I'm happy to report, still well and healthy and happy and all those things. So it was an incredible opportunity to see it in action and to see it work. And after that, I still practiced, but it was kind of inconsistent, on and off, on and off. But I knew at that point, whenever I found myself getting into a slump, I knew that gratitude was my way forward, that I needed to show more gratitude for my life, because it is easy. It is so easy to get caught up in the complaints, to get caught up in the hustle of your life, to get caught up in the to-do list, especially this time of year when there is so much to do and you feel like you have so much on your plate already. It's so easy to get caught up in the complaints and, being annoyed and being frustrated and being stressed and being overwhelmed. It is easy to let that happen. But when you start focusing instead on what is good and looking for the silver lining in every single situation, you will notice a shift in how you feel and how you move forward so that you are constantly looking for the good thing. And it happens very slowly, very gradually, but what really helps it stay consistent is by you having a consistent gratitude practice, by writing it down. I do 10 every day. So I do today, I'm grateful for 10 things every single day. I'm not asking you to do that right now. I know that that might be a big ask. So, what I would really love to see is for you to write down 3 things that you are grateful for every day and really take it a step further than that and say why you are grateful for it. Because it is easy to write down, today I am grateful for my husband. Today I'm grateful for my kids. Today I'm grateful for a beautiful day. That is an easy thing to write. But when you are forcing yourself to ask why are you grateful for your husband? Why are you grateful for your kids? Why are you grateful for a beautiful day? It really encourages you to dig a little bit deeper and find the good things that are happening to you on the daily. Because no matter what is going on in your life, no matter what you're struggling with, no matter if it's illness or if it's stress or if it's a job that's a problem or it's a relationship that's a problem, no matter what is going on in your life, there's always something to be grateful for. There is always a silver lining. There is always something there to lift you up. And that needs to be our focus. We need to focus in on what's good so we can attract more good to us. It is a reprogramming of our brain, and it is absolutely incredible when you embrace it. And looking for the why you're grateful really deepens your connection to your practice. And then, so you say the 3 things that you're grateful for, you say why you're grateful for them, and then you say thank you at the end of each one to show that you are truly grateful. When someone does something nice for you, you say thank you. So when the universe provides you with something that is great, say thank you. Be immensely grateful. Let it fill you up. I can't tell you the how this experience has changed me. It is outrageously good. Like, so outrageously good. I barely have words for it. I just had my dream trip to Australia, and the whole time I was there, I was near on tears daily because I was so focused and immersed and mindful in the moment and paying such close attention to all the good things that were happening that it overwhelmed me, that I was overwhelmed with gratitude, that it really poured out of me. And it enhanced my experience so much just by continuing that practice, by being in the moment, by being intentional with really stop letting life happen to you and pay attention to what is already so amazing. It is so amazing. And the more that you focus on what's good, the more good that's going to come to you. That is how it works. It's okay if you find yourself complaining. Life happens, things happen. And if you do though, bring an awareness to that. Bring an awareness to, okay, when you find yourself complaining, okay, stop yourself and say, what is this about? What am I really complaining about? What is really going on here? And then look for the silver lining in that situation. So I'll give an example in the worksheet for you. It's a very simple example. I like it because it really just shows you how easy it is to flip the script on things. So this is the example that I use. I find myself complaining about the fact that it's cold outside. I mean, it's winter, eh? So it's it's going to be cold outside. But if I find myself complaining that it's cold outside, then I will be like, okay, but what can I be grateful for in it being cold? I'm grateful for the fact that I have warm clothes to wear, that I have beautiful sweaters that I can put on to keep myself warm and toasty. That flip the script, find something to be grateful for in whatever it is that you find yourself complaining about. And really just stop yourself in your tracks and bring an awareness. And that can be hard, especially right now because it is so busy. So I would really recommend setting a timer on your phone. So a couple times a day, set a timer on your phone and that pops up and says, am I being grateful? Like, am I being grateful in this moment? And then flip the script on that and allow yourself to find something to be grateful for in that moment because there's always something there. We have to look for it. We need to train our brains to look for the good instead of automatically going to the bad. You hear the saying that misery loves company all the time. So you'll often hear people in groups complaining about things instead of talking about the things that are lighting them up and filling them up and making them excited because it's easy to fall into that mom mentality, that trap of um, really finding yourself complaining, even if you don't want to be. It's very, very easy to get into that trap, especially when you have a shared experience of something. But instead of sharing our complaints, let's share our joys. Let's share what's so good instead of saying, what's wrong with you today? Like what's happening in your life that's bad? How about telling me what's happening in your life that's good? Actually, let's do that right now. You tell me what is happening in your life today that's good. Find a silver lining. Drop it down below. I would love to hear it. I want to hear your joys. I want to hear what's filling you up. I want to hear what's making you excited. And it's not to say that I don't want you to honor your feelings because listen, feelings come up, things happen. I, I, fe- you feel the feels like things are going to come up. You're going to feel the way that you're going to feel. And that's okay. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be frustrated. Sorry, my nose is running here. And this is already going longer than I intended, but I knew this was going to happen because I had this epiphany that I needed to include the portion on feelings so that you can understand where I'm coming from when I say focus on gratitude, but don't ignore whatever it is that you're feeling. If you are feeling sad and angry or frustrated or annoyed, it's okay. It is okay to feel that feeling. Let it in. Feel it. I always say, feel the feelings. Allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. It is okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. Stop resisting whatever you're feeling. I was the worst at this. Like I was the worst. I wasted so much time because I wanted to be peaceful. I wanted to be joyful. I wanted to be happy in all things of my life. I really did. Like that's all I wanted. And I thought that that meant that I wasn't allowed to experience any emotions, any negative emotions ever, that it was supposed to be happy all the time, that I wasn't supposed to struggle with any kind of negative emotion. And because I believed that and felt that way, I resisted any negative emotion that came up. So if I was angry, I would be like, why am I angry? Just stop being angry and focus on something else instead. So, yes, when you find yourself complaining, focus on something else. But if there is an actual feeling that needs to be addressed in that moment, then please let it in. Don't resist it because resisting it is perpetuating it. You're just going to keep experiencing the same emotion over and over and over again if you try to push it down. You need to honor where you are. You need to honor your feelings and welcome it in. And I know that that feels really strange and it goes against all our conditioning and all of our programming. And I actually learned this from a book that I read as part of a book club earlier this year. It was called The Greatest Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Really good book. Really highly recommend it. Really spoke to me and was amazing. But she is the one who taught me about this practice, and it has served me so, so, so well. So this is like your super secret hack that's not so secret because it's written in a book to really help you overcome any negative emotion that may come up for you this holiday season. Doesn't mean that you're not being grateful. It just means you need to honor where you are. So if you find yourself having this feeling, this whatever the emotion is, doesn't matter what it is, welcome it in. Stop resisting it. Stop saying, I'm just going to ignore it. Welcome it in. Ask yourself what it's about, where it's coming from. You don't even have to have an answer. Just welcome it in and then let it go. And I know that that sounds too easy. Trust me when I understand. I know that it sounds too easy because you want to resist it and you want to struggle with it. And you think that because it is a negative emotion, that you have to have this great big long struggle with it to release it. But you don't. You can just choose to let it go. Just let it go and let your life be good, and then choose to focus on something else. Because what you focus on grows. If you continue to focus on the fact that you're angry, upset, you're frustrated, you're going to continue to experience more anger, frustration, upset. It is really that simple. What you focus on grows. So be really intentional about focusing on what's good, but welcome in any negative emotions that come up. Allow them to be there. If you decide you want to do a deeper dive on where it's coming from, then do that, but then let it go. Don't find yourself taking that negative emotion and sharing it with your best friend and your mom and the person down the street and telling the story that made you upset over and over and over again. Because the more that you tell the story, the longer this is going to perpetuate for you. The longer that it's going to continue having control over your life. Take your power back in this. Take care of you. Let it go. And it really is as simple as allowing yourself to let it go. Feel the feeling. And if you need to yell and scream or cry or whatever, do it. Honor the feeling, 100% honor it, but then release it. We are not taught this. We are not taught this when we are growing up. We are taught to be quiet and to not have a tantrum and to not feel our emotions. I mean, kids know how to get through their emotions, right? If they feel something, they tell you. But we condition it out of them because we want them to be good, or we want them to behave, or we want them to act in a certain way, and we want them to reflect our values. So we are conditioned to push down our feelings instead of honoring them, welcoming them and letting them go. And the more that you resist and the more that you push down, the worse you're going to feel. You're going to feel, because it's going to build up and it's going to come out eventually, and it's going to come out in a way that you don't like. For me, it would be months and months and months where I would be fine, and then I would be not. I would have this huge blow up at someone who probably didn't deserve it. I would feel angry and resentful and upset and all the things. And then this was a cycle that continued on and on and on and on and on. And now I just choose to welcome in whatever the feeling is, honor where I am, feel what I need to feel, and let it go, move on, and focus on something that I'm happy about, something that fills me up, something that makes me feel grateful. I'm always focused on, how can I make this better? How can you make your life better? How can you make your day better? How can you make this next task better? Which we are going to be talking about later this week. This is way longer than I intended. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that was super helpful. I think that's it for me today. Make sure that you have today's worksheet. It was sent out via email yesterday. It will also be included in the email that I send out later today, which is going to include day 1, day 2 videos and worksheets, as well as day 3 for tomorrow, so that you can be nice and prepared when we come together tomorrow. Take the time to answer the questions in the worksheets, because it's going to bring a clarity for you on where you're struggling and where you need to focus your attention, on where you need some extra love. We want to give ourselves so much love right now, because that is what you deserve and that is what you need to go into this season feeling happy, healthy, fulfilled, joyful. Let's release the overwhelm, the stress and anxiety, and decide that we're going to be happy, and decide that this holiday gets to look however we decide it looks. It's not up to anyone else to decide it for us. Tomorrow is actually going to focus a lot on that. We're talking about setting boundaries tomorrow, which I know is something that people struggle with, particularly this time of year. And it used to be really hard for me too. So I'm excited to chat with you about it. Hope this was really helpful. If you have Any questions, please pop them down below. I am here to support you. I am here to help you. I am here to lift you up and fill you up and just be here for you because this is for you. I'm already doing these practices. I'm already seeing huge results in my life. I want you to have them in yours. That's it for me. Hope you're having the most magnificent, magnificent day. All the love and light from my heart to yours. Take care of you. Bye.